Run Faster, Run Longer, 21-day training. 21 days of plant-based eating for weight loss. Dry January for moms. Fix your period. Glow again, get rid of adult acne. Or banish the bloat. Oh my God, we did it. Woo! Hello there, health coaches. Today we're talking about online courses. Now, I've been developing and selling online courses since 2010. That's when I did my very first one. And I know we got into this career because we want to help people, first and foremost. And most of us, myself included, are looking for time flexibility, freedom, financial freedom, but my main motivator to become a health coach was so that I could work and I could earn, but I could also be home with my kids when they were babies and when they were in elementary school. And even now when they get off the bus and they need a ride to soccer practice. So while one-on-one coaching is great, it is a game of trading time for money, right? It has its limits. I'm sure you've noticed that. But having an online course, it gives you options. Now, I'm also offering a super affordable workshop soon. It's called Online Courses Made Simple. And this will be perfect if you want to get the step-by-step on course creation, on the simple technology that you need to bring it to life. This is such an easy way to explore online courses more deeply and get the inside scoop on the tools that I recommend and lessons learned in 15 years of being an online course creator. Go to healthcoachpower.com/online course. So with that, let's do some brainstorming. I'm going to be giving you lots of ideas during today's episode. And one thing that I'm going to talk about in the Online Courses Made Simple workshop is that there are different sized course containers. And I think every health coach can benefit from the first kind, which is a short online course or a mini experience that you lead clients through, especially if you're a new coach, especially if this is your first online course. Let's talk about the smallest course container first. So an example would be a 5-day jumpstart. This is a live-led experience. I ran many versions of this in my own health coaching practice. It's a low cost, low commitment, very fun way for someone to dip their toe into working with you. And of course, for you to dip your toe into working in this format with an online course. So that's why, P.S., all my fast trackers, they run their first 5-day jumpstart using my Done For You 5-day jumpstart kit. But that is just one example of a short online experience. I promise to give you how many? 101 online course ideas today. So we're going to get into that. And don't worry, you don't have to write everything down that I say. This is just to get your creative juices flowing. We're going to talk much more about it during my upcoming workshop, Online Courses Made Simple, which again, you can register for at healthcoachpower.com/online course. So small, mini, think small led mini experiences. Low cost, low commitment. It could be a 5-day detox. It could be the managing blood sugar after 50 kickstart. How about a picky eater 10-day boot camp? If you work with runners, it could be Run Faster, Run Longer, 21-day training. If you work with dads, try a dad bod reset. For retirees, I know we have some health coaches working with retirees. How about a 10-day retirement refresh? So you see what I'm doing here? These are ideas that combine a particular type of person's desired outcome with a short online experience to help them get there. You could try a Lyme detox, like for Lyme disease symptoms, or 21 days of plant-based eating for weight loss. Dry January for moms. How about a 14-day bloating be gone challenge, a summer reset for teachers, or a new mama recharge? Here are some more. Muscles After 40 virtual retreat, intuitive eating immersion, or jumpstart your thyroid week. The keto kickstart, a 14-day gluten-free immersion. Get started with intermittent fasting, 10-day vegan adventure, 7 days of Instant Pot meals. That sounds fun. The 9 to 5 cleanse for your corporate men and women. How about a course called Soccer Mom, Mealtimes Made Easy? I could use that. Or The Great Family Cook Together. A 10-day autoimmune reset, clear your skin 20-day cleanse, a 7-day digital detox. And by the way, a digital detox would be an example of a course that isn't even about food or nutrition. You want to think about other aspects of health that you can create courses around too. You could have a short experience called Weekly Meal Planning Mamas, Weekend Detox for Finance Folks, a 10-day creativity incubator, productivity 5-day mastermind for entrepreneurs, Power Up 10-day plan for competitive swimmers, the Prediabetes Solution Intro Week, Meditation Intro Week for families, or a 5-day mood lift. That was a lot of ideas, I know. These are all short and sweet. 5 days, 10 days, 7 days, right? Little courses that could give your business a big boost while reaching more clients than ever before. And I think they're super, super fun. Now, what about a slightly bigger course? Think, what skills can you teach in an online course format? Maybe focusing on one particular topic, going a little bit more in depth. So it's not just a 5-day thing or like a 1 or 2 week thing. A lot of coaches, and probably you, have skills from other parts of your life. So for example, maybe you know how to knit. You could bring that into your health coaching business with a course called Knitting for Stress Relief. And you could offer it in like a medium-sized container, because to teach someone to knit, that's not like a one and done thing, right? So maybe that goes on for whatever it is, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, knitting for stress relief. I know one of our coaches inside Healthy Profit University, Heidi, she teaches women about intermittent fasting. So that's something that you have to learn how to do. You're not just born knowing what that means or how to go about it. So she's done well with these types of programs. It could be something like how to get started with intermittent fasting or advanced intermittent fasting for women, right? Real specific topic. If you love to make fermented foods and that's something that people have been asking you about, teach it. Lacto Fermentation 101 or sourdough bread for beginners. But remember, it doesn't have to be about food. You could do something like meditation for teens, or using essential oils to boost your mood, or DIY natural skincare products for dry and itchy skin, or make your bedroom a sleep sanctuary. These are all medium-sized courses that you could create. And those last ones, again, have nothing to do with food, which are perfect if you're in a red state or if you're worried about overstepping your bounds as a health coach. There's so many things that we can teach about that actually have nothing to do with nutrition. But if you are going to be teaching about with nutrition, you could do meal planning for the family, meal planning for singles, the ADHD kitchen makeover. How about yoga for strong bones? How to build muscle after 40? 5 steps to gluten-free living? Homemade dairy-free milks and cheeses? Essential steps for thyroid healing? Freezer meal madness? The AIP diet step by step? Soups and stews for better digestion. That could be a whole cooking series. Natural remedies for kids' cold and flu, or breathing exercises for stress and anxiety. One of our past fast trackers, I'm thinking of Shannon, she does really well teaching women how to count macros. And I just saw like a couple weeks ago, she has a summer program like this. You could do that too. It could be how to count macros for weight loss. That's a very specific skill that you would teach and practice with this group within a sort of a medium-sized course. Again, think about 6 weeks or so. What about movement-based courses like ball rolling? I love ball rolling. Ball rolling for back pain or movement for menopause. Here's some more ideas, because remember, I'm giving you 101 today. Master your mood, eating for energy, cook once, eat twice, time savers for busy moms, living with invisible illness, a guide for family and friends. Holiday gluten-free baking. That could be another series that you do of cooking classes. The PMS chocolate fix. How about the ultimate thyroid toolkit for you and your doctor? Be a digestion detective. Chart your fertility cycle, or air fryer mastery. Options are really endless. So think about something that you know really, really well. Again, something that people are interested in, either because they have the problem that they want to solve, or they have an air fryer sitting around that they don't know how to use and they want to. If you're an air fryer master, teach that. They're really popular right now. Most people, though, I notice they buy the air fryer and then it just kind of sits there on the counter and they don't do anything with it, or they use it for that one thing. Show them how to use that air fryer 10 new ways. Show them how to buy a good one in the first place and all your best air frying tips. That's an online course right there. So those were like medium-sized courses. Like I was saying, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, something in that range. Typically, they're going to focus in on a specific skill or topic, and maybe they cost somewhere around $300, $400, $500 in that range. None of this is set in stone, by the way. I'm just throwing out real general descriptions for these various course containers. Make it whatever works for you. And then finally, for more experienced coaches, you might consider, by the way, let me just back up. Sometimes we have a brand new coach thinking about building a comprehensive large-scale course. That's jumping the gun, my friend. That's going to be very hard for you to create something really good. It's also going to be hard for you to sell in the early stages of your career. So remember, if you're newer to the game, start with the short online course experience type course. And as you move along later in your career, you might consider something larger. It would be appropriate when you don't have time for more private clients, right? You just have a max and now you have a waiting list. You got these people that need help. You need a way to help them. Or if you're just at a point in your life or in your career where you're like, I don't want any more one-on-one clients. I really want to be able to scale with less of my time spent. And this reminds me of one of our past Healthy Profit University members years ago. She did extremely, extremely well with a program. It was called, I'm not going to get this right, but it was called something like Fit Over 40 Academy. And she didn't take any one-on-one clients. She just enrolled women into her academy instead. So think of your clients, think of your target market, and the problem that you help them solve. Again, if you're at this stage, you've been doing it for a while, what is that problem that you're always helping them with? What is that thing you do really, really well with your clients? Create the course around that. It's going to be probably longer. It's going to have more materials, more touch points, probably some time with you, either in a group format or some limited one-on-ones. But it will relieve the pressure of having to sit on those one-on-one calls back to back all day long. So maybe it's something like the Stress Management School for Women in Tech, or Raising Healthy Teenagers, or Lift Your Mood, Live Your Life, or Trim Your Menopause Tummy, The Exhaustion Fix, The Single Sisterhood, Living Well with ADHD, Ayurveda for Anxiety, Managing Autoimmune Symptoms, The Chronic Pain Revolution, The Gluten-Free Comeback, Autoimmune Alliance, the Institute for Headache Relief, Menopause Mastery, the Sinus Solution, Reclaiming Your Peace. One that I offered in my own health coaching practice was around thyroid symptoms. That's something that I created after years of working with women around these symptoms. And you can certainly help a woman reduce symptoms of low thyroid. For sure. I did it many, many times with my clients. So maybe, you package that up into a course and you sell it as the thyroid solution. And instead of paying a private coaching program, it's a community of women and they all have the same symptoms. They all have this course that they're working through and they have each other, right? So that's kind of a benefit of an online course format that you can take. It is arguably more valuable than a one-on-one coaching relationship, right? Because women do very well in community and talking to each other can be extremely valuable. So don't think that an online course necessarily has to be less expensive than a one-on-one coaching package. It can be. It might be more expensive than a one-on-one coaching package, right? I just don't want you to get it fixed in your head that an online course is inherently less valuable. Not true at all. Here are some other ideas for a larger comprehensive course. Losing weight after baby, back pain no more, the PMS Sisterhood of Support, the Digestion Path to Wellness, Build a Baby-Ready Body, Goodbye Headaches, the Fat Adapted Athlete, Exhausted to Energized, Writing Your Second Chapter, Divorced Divas, Living Well with Invisible Illness, Fix Your Period, Glow Again, Get Rid of Adult Acne, or Banish the Bloat. Oh my God, we did it. Woo! That was 101 online course ideas. I told you I was going to give them to you, and I had to deliver. Hopefully that got your creative juices going. Remember, any of these, all of these, can be tailored to fit your unique audience and your business goals wherever you are right now. That's super important. You want to build the right course for your business at whatever stage you're at. Also, your specific licensure is going to come into play and what you're allowed to do with clients based on the state that you live in. You know, even if you're a health coach in a red state who can't touch personalized nutrition, group-based online courses like these, it's a safer way to practice. And as mentioned earlier, courses around other health topics like movement, like mindfulness practices, those can work really well for you. So to take the next step in your online course creation journey, join me for online courses made simple at healthcoachpower.com/online course. And if you have questions about anything that we covered today or a question for an upcoming episode of the podcast, I'd love to hear it. Please text me at healthcoachpower.com/text. And I'll see y'all next time. Take care.